Hello and welcome to season 3 of Roosevelt Rebel with your host Tisa Rebel Beltran. Hello everybody. It definitely has been a hell of a year, and it's only the 18th? I was planning on starting having it in the beginning of the year, but as you may know from the end of the season, I had COVID, and then everybody else also had COVID. So everybody in the house got COVID. It was pretty horrible. And but everybody's fine now, I believe. Let me think. I think only one person was still testing negative or testing positive in my family, but you can test positive up to 6 weeks from what I read. But then I heard somebody else say you can test up to a year positive because of the antibodies in your system. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, and I don't pretend to be one, but I do know a lot of stuff, and I drink lots of coffee. So, as far as I know, one person, and one person doesn't have their taste or smell, and that sucked, because for 4 days I could not taste or smell. And then, I was like, I'm going to unalive myself if I cannot taste or smell, because I need to taste my coffee every morning to bring my life. The coffee brings my soul back into me after sleeping. It's like refreshes my life. But anyhow, I'm not going to unalive myself. But my taste and smell came back after 4 days, and I was so happy, because it's just so hard. And the crazy thing is I was trying to dream, like, when you're going into the REM state, and I could not smell or taste. So in my dream, I was trying to do something with smell or taste, and I woke up. Like, I felt this in my brain, like a shift, and I woke up, and I was like, what the fuck? So that sucked. But I think I'm like 100% better. I still have like seasonal allergies happening right now with a little bit of a nasal drip, and a cough here and there. Thank God that there was this weird cough afterward that would not go away. Like, I'd be on the phone with my people at work, and I'd have to keep going into mute because I'd be coughing up a storm. COVID is no joke, you guys, and it's fucking horrible. So, get tested, get vaccinated, get boosted, and I think that I can't get boosted for another 2 or 3 weeks. So that's what I'll be doing in a couple weeks, is to get boosted, because after 4 weeks of after you're in the clear, you can get boosted. So that's what I will be doing. But as of right now, I think everybody's good. My best friend in another state, her and her husband possibly might have it. They're waiting for their tests. But everybody at her work, like 3 people tested positive, so that was shit. And she sounded exactly the way that I sounded. She's having the same aches that I had, with this, like, a little fever. It was just no bueno. I literally felt like I was dying, and I am thankful that I took care of myself as well as I did, with the heater, not the heater, well, did I use a heater? No. It was the, warm mist humidifier fucking saved my life. I gotta say that, because this room that I am in is the coldest room of the house, and it's ridiculous. Like, I freeze all day long when I'm working, and I have the heater on, and it's like warm outside today. I think, let me see, it's 60, well, according to my computer, it says it's 68 degrees out, and I'm still freezing. So hopefully, well, I don't mind it being cold, because when the heat comes, it's gonna suck, I bet, in here. Alright, anyhow. So that was the beginning of the year. Oh, son of a bitch. Here we go again. Season 2 with a bunch of freaking ding 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 ding. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm so sorry. I didn't think anybody was messaging me because it's so early in the day. But I always say that. I always say, it's so early. Why is nobody's messaging me when then I'm doing this? Yeah, right. And then I really think about it, and I look at my messages, and I've been getting messages all day, and I just really don't. It's not like, it's kind of like autopilot with text messages coming in, because I'm working. So I'm just like, okay, if I need to respond, I respond. If I don't need to respond, I don't respond. But, yeah. Work has been hectic. It's the beginning of the year and it's tax season, so we're getting bombarded with phone calls and web cases, and we've been in the green a few times, but we haven't, like, I have 28 cases sitting there that I really want to get to update, and I can't because we're all hands on deck and working on the phone cases because it's been insane. Insane. But everything else in my life is going well. I'm doing a hell of a lot better than I was. I was so sick. And I'm doing good. And so, I did, I think that's all about my personal life, except that we're going to do a health check in a couple weeks, and it's definitely going to be a health check. Maybe this should be the health check. Maybe it should be. No, I don't want my first one in to be a health check. I'm not going to do a health check. I'm just updating on my life and how things have been since I have not been recording. But on TikTok, though, I have been doing a series of 365 days of Golden Girls. I didn't do yesterday or today, because yesterday I was babysitting my nephew, and we painted, and if you go to OG_TR Beltran, you'll see my painting of the Mandalorian, because he was painting the Mandalorian, and I was like, I guess I'll paint the Mandalorian, and he painted so well. Oh my god, this kid is so talented, and I should have taken a picture of it. I will post it on Rebel Riot's Instagram after this, because I'll post mine and I'll post his, and it's not a comparison whatsoever. It was just us having fun. And he kept telling me, yours is better than mine. And I said, yours is better than mine, because he is 5 years old and talented as fuck. And I really think that I'm going to try to do painting with him every weekend, because it is something, he doesn't like to color. Which is crazy, because most kids like to color, but he would rather paint. So I think I might have a genius on my hands, because he's a super intelligent kid. Like, super intelligent. And they don't know what to do with him in school. I'm not going to brag about him, but I'm going to brag on him. He's my baby boy. He is, like, all my kids are super intelligent. I swear to God. They're so smart and so good. They're great kids. They're amazing kids. They're the best kids ever. Like, I love my nephews and nieces. They're amazing. But he is doing really well in school, and, like, it's like my own child that I'm bragging about, because he's my baby boy, and my other nephews too. Like, I brag about all of them because it feels like they're my own child, because I spend so much time with them when it's not COVID. And even when it is COVID, we're still messaging each other and video chatting each other and TikToking each other and doing all of those things, because we are a very close-knit family, and I love them, and, I just miss them. I miss seeing the ones in person. It's been since Christmas was the last time we all saw each other. And that's when all of us got infected. Dun, dun, dun. We don't know where it came from. And we are not going to fucking do a blame game, because one of my friends was trying to do the blame game with me. And I was like, I am not going to even try to pinpoint where it's coming from, because then I will get angry. I will get anxious. I will get all these negative feelings, which I do not need to feel. And what we need to think about is, okay, this has happened. Let's just get better. And then we didn't talk for like 3 weeks, because she was like, you gave me an attitude, but now things are getting better, so that's good. Well, so today's episode, after just talking about everything that's been going on the past fucking 3 weeks, I cannot believe that it's already the 18th. Can you guys? I cannot. It is insane. It is January 18th, 2022. And today we're going to talk about... Whoa, I just had an idea what we could talk about, but already had an idea. Damn you. So we're going to talk about, since we're talking about family, we're going to talk about Encanto. So, here we go. Now, I'm sure if you are a fan of Disney, you have seen the movie Encanto, which is about a Colombian family. But also, a lot of Hispanic families are pretty close to the way that we are. And with Encanto, the matriarch is the head of the household, which usually in every single Hispanic family that I have ever known, the matriarch, the woman, is in power. Like my mom, she's in power. My dad's been fighting her lately because he has early onset of dementia, and it's been getting worse, and they've been at it. I understand her frustration because they've been married for almost 60 years, and this is the man that she married, and he's forgetting things, and he just got in an accident the other day, and thank God he is okay, that he wasn't going faster, because he would have gotten T-boned, and who knows what would have happened. So thank freaking the universe, God, goddess, everybody and everything, entity, that he is okay. But, so, in Encanto, it shows the matriarch, and, you know, throughout the years, this generational trauma that happens is real. And with my family, like the older four have a harder time. Well, four. Yeah, the older four are different than the younger four, because my parents, after 4 kids, were totally different, you know? And then the last four had a little bit more freedom. So with the older four, they were like, well, we had rules, we couldn't do this, and et cetera, et cetera. And so with that, it is just different with that part. But to reel it back in here, going back in, let me tell you, I'm not going to go there. Stop. Because I was going to go on a different tangent. So anyway, the matriarch is usually the one in charge of the family, and usually the queen of everything. And that's how it is with most families, that every fucking family, I'm thinking about it. Like even my uncles that have wives, like my Uncle Louis who passed like 20-something years ago, 21 years ago, I think it was. I think they just compromised mostly, from what I remember. And then my Uncle David, I really don't even know. He's a tough one, though. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't even know with that, honestly. Like my mom's brothers, I don't really know. But with all the women, all of her 4 other sisters, the women are the ones that make all the decisions and are the ones in charge. So that's the way that our family is, and most of the Hispanic families that I know are that way. Especially like people that I went to school with are the same, because we've all grown up the same way. We've all experienced the same things. It's pretty much all the same. But we're going to talk about the generational trauma. That's where I was trying to get. But with the generational trauma, the only thing that I can feel that I had, for that, it would be I think I put it on myself, honestly, because I was just trying to be the best in school and everything like that. And I was, and it pisses me off because I was like in the top 3 in 8th grade before we graduated to go into high school. And because I wasn't going into a Catholic high school, I got booted out, and the next person who was going, like number 4, got up, because I got kicked out because I wasn't going to a Catholic high school, which sucked. And I wish I would have, but then my life would have been so different. So different. With the families, with the generational trauma, I would say with the religion was especially hard, especially coming out. My dad really was not about it, and I thought it was both my parents, but my mom in the recent years has been like, nope, it was your father that was the one. So that was interesting to find out, but it's totally understandable because he is a deacon for the Catholic Church, and back then they really held things differently. And he held so much guilt for the way that he acted when I didn't even come out. So much guilt from when I was found being with a girl. Did they catch me? I don't even remember. But I do remember that when they found out that I was dating a female, they did not he was pissed. I don't really remember my mom's actions.